Hello, hello, and welcome back to week 4 of Emergence. So, every week in March, we have focused on a theme around emerging into a new season. We just had our spring equinox, so it is officially time to let some stuff go and allow yourself to move into a new season. So, this week is our final sequence in this theme, in this focus, so I'm excited to get into it. Of course, we are getting started with a breathing and a meditation today, and this is all about stepping into this new version of you and some of the roadblocks that you might come across as you get into it. So, with that, welcome. My name is Krysta. I'll be guiding you through your Vinyasa flow today. As always, everything I offer you is just that, an offer. You are welcome to take anything I do and modify it, make it comfortable for your body, and always do what you can. And always come back to your breath. So, let's go ahead and start to find a comfortable place on your mat. For me, this is seated as I guide you. For you, though, it might look like laying down on your back. It might look like laying down on your stomach or your side. Maybe you are seated with me. Wherever you can start to settle. This space should allow you to feel soft yet supported. There shouldn't be any alarm bells, meaning no pain or tension. And allow yourself to take a big breath here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale, let it go. And let that breath soften the body. So often we are going throughout our day and our daily routine that we forget that our breath is a tool. It's a tool that we can use to create space, to soften, to cool our bodies down, to heat our bodies up. There's just so many different things that we can do with our breath, and we're just not intentional enough about it. So allow yourself to be intentional about it here. And once you've found that comfortable place and you can feel like your bones are getting a little bit deeper into your mat, I want you to think about the season behind you. We are moving out of winter. The colder weather is behind us. Maybe where you live, the snow is melting. Maybe you're starting to see little flower buds pop up. The colors changing, the season, the weather changing. I want you to think about what your season changes look like. Maybe it's a change in your mood. Maybe it's a change in your creativity. Maybe it's a change in what your family is working on or working through. Maybe it's your kids. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's your business. Whatever it is, I want you to bring that to the forefront of your mind. And I want you to find all the things that you can be grateful for that season that is behind you. You don't need to go through and name every one of them, but just hold all of those things close to you. Give them a big hug. Be so grateful for the person that you had to be to do those things. And now I want you to softly start letting those down. Maybe you can envision it as setting them down like a little rock behind you. Maybe laying flowers down. Maybe throwing pebbles into a stream. However you can physically visualize letting go of those things that you've done, go ahead and do that now. Once you feel like you have set everything down, I want you to look towards the season ahead of you. what do you have to look forward to? What does the new version of you in this season look like? And now I want you to hold all of those things close. Maybe you need to change some habits. Maybe you need to switch up your routine. Maybe you need to build in some time for you. Some self-care, taking care of yourself. They always say that we have to take care of ourselves first before we can take care of anybody else. And that will still ring true in this next season. Something else that I want you to consider is that chaos always follows intention. So as we move today and we're feeling maybe some chaos in our body, I want you to remember your intention for the next season. Remember why you're doing this. Remember why you're moving your body. Remember why you're coming to your mat. The why here is your truth, your purpose. It's the thing that you wake up for every single day. Allow that to be at the forefront of your practice today. Now, staying right where you are, let's move into some breathing before we get moving here. Again, maybe here just settling a little deeper into your body. Let's take 3 big breaths to get started here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. With that, moving into your Ujjayi breath, our yogi breath, our victorious breath. This often sounds like waves on the ocean, on the beach. This breath often sounds like waves coming up on the shore. It's often called our ocean breath also because that is what it sounds like. And if you've practiced any of the other 3 practices on YouTube for this month, you are going to be familiar with this breath. If you are not familiar and this is your first time joining me, I'm glad you're here. This breath is a nose-only breathing, so go ahead and close your lips. And then you're going to gently add a constriction to the back of the throat. The inhale is going to feel like sucking air in through a straw. And the exhale is going to feel like you're fogging up a mirror, all with your lips closed. This is actually more of a throat breathing than it is a nose breathing. As the throat constricts, the breath expands, creating a longer inhale and a longer exhale, allowing that air to create space in our body, to create heat, to inspire creativity and movement, and to get out any stuck energy. So go ahead and breathe here in that Ujjayi breath for 5 breaths. Three more breaths. One more breath. I encourage you to hold on to this breath as we move through practice today. But with that, let's go ahead and come down to our backs for Apanasana, wind relieving pose. This should be a pretty familiar pose by now. Inhale, bringing this right knee into your chest. Give it a little squeeze here. And then when you're feeling ready, bring this knee to the outside of the rib cage, bringing it up towards your right armpit. And then I like some ankle circles here. You'll see my foot rotating. You might find that you have some snap, crackles, and pops in there. Feel free to get those out, get that blood moving. We're going to be standing in a balancing posture later. So feel free to get that foot moving around. One more breath here. Supta Matsyendrasana, coming into a reclined half twist. Right foot comes across the body over to the left. Maybe that right arm can reach out, and maybe that gaze can go towards that right thumb. Really feeling this twist all the way down your spine. Breathing into it here. Sometimes in these twists we forget to breathe. Everything is compressed. Allow yourself to soften. For 3, 2, 1 more. Inhale, coming back through center. Let's do all of that on the other side, letting that right leg go long. Inhale, left knee comes up into the chest. Give it a little squeeze, and then gently pull this left knee up towards your armpit. And again, you'll see my foot moving on this other side. Get out any pops or crackles. Getting that blood moving. One more breath. Supta Matsyendrasana. Inhale this leg 90 degrees. And exhale, let it fall over to the right. And notice here what feels different. I know for me, this left hip always tends to be a little bit tighter. So I'm a little bit more stiff on this side. I'm going to breathe into it, letting my body soften where it needs to soften, letting go of any tension. Maybe you can take your gaze to that left thumb. One more breath here. Inhale, coming back through center, rolling up to our seat. Inhale, knees to nose. And exhale, rolling yourself all the way up. Let's get some stretches. Taking a side stretch first. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, drop the right hand down. Left arm reaches, opening up the left side of the body. Gaze goes up for you if you can. For 3, 2, 1 more. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up, taking it right over to the other side. Left hand drops. Right arm reaches this time. Gaze still goes up. Really pressing that right sitting bone down into the mat. Coming back to your breath. One more breath here. Inhale, coming back through center. Taking just a gentle bind behind your back, behind your lower back. So joining your hands together behind you and just start to feel into this. It's still early and you might be tight. So if you need a towel to help bind those hands, yes. Just moving into these shoulders, maybe pulling those shoulder blades together, opening up through the chest. And then when you're ready, letting these hands come apart, crossing at the ankles, rolling up and over, coming to tabletop for some cats, cows. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, rounding out the spine for cat. Inhale, drops the belly. Exhale for cat, pressing into those hands. Adding a fun little twist onto this. I know we've done this quite a bit in our other sequences, coming into a single leg version of this. So you're going to kick this right foot out to the side, and you're going to stay propped up on the left. Now, what's important here is that you're still balancing your weight equally between your left and your right hand. Press into those hands. Now let's get the cats and cows again. Inhale, drops the belly. Hold here. Notice where you feel the difference. Maybe you feel this in your inner thigh. Maybe you feel the opening on this left side a little bit more. Come back to your breath. Soften here in this cow pose. We're still breathing here. On your next exhale, pressing your hands into the mat, belly to your spine. Really pulling these shoulder blades apart. And again, notice where that relieves the pressure. Notice where that opens that hip back up, holding here. And breathing for 3, 2, 1 more. Gently bringing your hips down to sit back on this left heel. Arms can go wide, arms can stretch out in front. I want you to play with the hand placement here. What feels good to you? Maybe see if you can bring this forehead down to the mat. And right here, I want you to visualize this next season. Where are you fighting? Where can you soften? Where do you need to be a little more disciplined? Where do you need to let go of control? Who do you need to be to step into this next season? Planting into your hands, lifting those hips back up, coming into Parivrita Janu Shasana. Go ahead and just sit right back onto your seat. This right leg is still kicked out to the side. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And then gently extend this left arm over to the right foot. See if you can take that gaze under the armpit. A little bit of a side stretch, a little bit of a twist here. Breathe for 3, 2, 1 more. Gently sweeping this left hand across, pressing yourself up and over, coming back to tabletop. Maybe move your hips side to side. Notice the difference between your left and your right leg. We're just about to get into this left hip. Get any movements that you need here. Softening. Noticing. Being 100% present in your body. Ekapada Balasana, single-legged child's pose. Kicking the left foot out this time. Staying lifted here. So we're in this tabletop with our left leg sticking out this time. And let's get the cat's cows on this side. So inhale, drops the belly. And I want you to hold right here in this cow posture. Dropping the belly down, soften. Notice where you feel the tension on the inside of the left thigh. Maybe you feel this in your right side. Still pressing into those hands. For 3, 2, 1 more. On your next exhale, rounding out the spine, really pressing into those hands, noticing where that relieves the pressure. For 3, 2, 1 more. Gently sinking those hips all the way down to this right heel. Again, where do you need your arms to be? Maybe they're wide, maybe they're out in front. And then see if you can bring your forehead down to the mat. Really feeling this stretch on the inside of the left thigh. Come back to your breath here. Return to that Ujjayi breath, that slight constriction in the back of your throat. It might sound silly, especially if you're doing it in your living room, but this breath is what anchors you. It anchors you to the next season. It anchors you to who you are and allows you to see what's next without anything fogging up your vision. On your next inhale, pressing yourself up to tabletop, Parivrita Janu Shirshasana, gently walking your hands back, coming to your seat. As you can see, this left leg is kicked out to the side this time. Left arm drops down, right arm reaches up and over towards this left foot. Gaze goes up and under that arm. Feeling this big old stretch on the right side for 3, 2, 1 more. Gently swinging this arm down, rolling up and over, coming back through tabletop. Let's get our first modified vinyasa on our knees. You guys heard the drill in the last class. Vinyasas are always optional. You can do them on your knees. You can take them out. Again, this is your practice. Do what you need to do. In these longer classes, especially the ones in the second half of the month, they are going to have quite a few vinyasas in them to get your blood moving, to get your body heated up. So again, always do what you need to do for your body. Let's go. Inhale, shoulders out past the wrists. Exhale, slowly lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, rolling it up and over, downward facing dog. Pedaling it out here. Taking just a minute, pressing into those hands. Noticing how your body feels here. Low crescent lunge. We're on the right, bending into the right leg. And step that right foot through, all the way through your hands. And gently set that left knee down. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. And exhale, see if you can take a bind behind your back. And then sink those hands down as far as they'll go. If your shoulders are tight, again, you can take a towel between your hands and just hold it back here at your lower back or close to your seat. But see if you can join those hands. One more breath here. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Letting go of the hands, sinking these hips back. Right foot kind of extends out in front, but you're putting the weight in your heel. See how I'm still straight up and down on this back leg. Breathing here. Chin goes forward if you can for 3, 2, 1 more. Parigasana gate pose. A little bit of a tricky transition. You're going to walk your hands to the left. This right leg's going to stay out long and you're still on this left knee. Right arm reaches up towards the back of the mat. Gaze goes under. Again, a nice little side stretch here for 3, 2, 1 more. Coming into a standing L. Sweeping this right arm back across. Bending into this right leg. And big step up with this left foot. That may have been a little bit of a tricky transition for you, but you got it. If you struggled this time around, you know where we're going next time. After all, this is just yoga. This right foot is strong. This is a great posture to build strength in, especially if you're wanting to work on your balance. So many people don't realize that their balance is tied to how strong they are. So this posture, your right leg is working, and then your left leg is sticking straight out behind you, also working. 1 more breath. Gently letting your left foot meet the right. Coming into a vinyasa, I'm going to take a couple steps back so I stay in the camera. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Ujjayi Mudra. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, dive it down, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, if you're at the back of the mat, you can walk forward. Take a vinyasa, take rest. Meet in downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Maybe take a minute, see if this upward facing dog needs some movement. I feel like I did in my shoulders. And then when you're feeling ready, rolling up and over, meeting in downward facing dog. And doing all of that on the other side. Low crescent lunge. Inhale, bend into the left knee. Exhale, step it through. Drop that right knee down to the mat. Set up this strong base. So if you were wobbling on the other side, maybe take that foot a little bit wider than you need to. When you're feeling good and strong, inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. One breath here. Taking a bind, gently bringing the hands to your lower back. If you need to just rest them here on your lower back, yes. If you can take the full bind here and gently drop those hands behind your seat, yes, gaze goes up. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1 more. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split, letting go of the bind, shifting those hips back, maybe making some adjustments. The weight's going to go into the left heel this time. And notice I'm still pretty straight on this knee. Reaching that chin forward, breathing here for 3, 2, 1 more. Parigasana gate pose on this side. Walking these hands over to the right. This left leg's going to stay outstretched. And left arm reaches up and over towards the back of the mat. Gaze goes up for 3, 2, 1 more. Standing L at the top of the mat. Sweeping this left arm through, shifting the weight back onto this left foot. Tuck into those right toes. And big step up. This right leg is now extended behind you. We're standing on the left. Again, see this right leg is actively pressing as if there's a wall behind me. And you're actively pressing into this left foot as well. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more. Now for you, you're going to bring your right foot to meet your left, and we're going to vinyasa or rest. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Ujjayi Mudra. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, dive it down, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, vinyasa or rest. I'm going to drop down to my knees. Inhale, shoulders out past the wrists. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Anybody else getting warm yet? Or is that just me? Moving into our Surya B, Sun Salutation B. We just got done with our Sun Salutation A. Utkatasana fierce pose. Walking your hands back to your feet. Bringing your toes together. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, sweeping your hands behind. And then reaching your hands up to the ceiling, to the sky. You're keeping a nice bend in these legs. I always like to say you're sitting in the little chair that's not there. I'm sure you'll hear that one from me again. Building some strength here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. All right, stepping into Anjaneyasana, coming up to standing. Big step up with the right foot. If you want to take a little step to get there, yes. For the challenge, take that big step. Arms stay reaching. Shoulders out of the ears. And then right here, see if you can take a bind. Hands coming behind your lower back. And then again, dropping those hands to your seat, opening up through the chest. Breathing here for 3, 2, whoop. 1 more. Extended side angle, dropping this right elbow to your right knee. We're kind of in these warrior legs, so you'll see kind of my toes back here. This left heel is down onto the mat. And this left arm is going to reach up and over. Gaze goes up. It's going to feel pretty similar to gate pose or that Shavasana that we started with. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more. Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Shifting your chest towards the mat. Arms come out behind you like airplane wings. Maybe make some adjustments here. I'm going to scoot back. You're going to be balancing on this right leg. We did this last week. This was our peak posture last week. And we're doing a version of it today. And then you're going to slowly lift that left foot off the mat. So we're balancing only on this right leg. And depending on where you're at on your practice, this might be a lot for you. So when we get to this posture later on, this is an option to work. You are building strength. You are building resilience here. 1 more breath. You can do it. On your next exhale, left foot meets the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Ujjayi Mudra. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, dive it down, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hop, step, float it back. Take Vinyasa, take rest. Inhale, shoulders out past the wrists. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pedaling it out. We are almost done with our sun salutations. We just need to do all of that on the other side. When you're feeling good and ready, coming into the Utkatasana fierce pose, walking your hands back to your feet, moving those toes together. And right here, just take a quick breath. Maybe let your heart rate soften. Let your breath soften before we head into another little sequence of work. Allow your gaze to soften. And then when you're feeling ready, bend into those knees. Arms sweep back. Arms sweep up. Again, there's a slight bend in those knees. This is a back bend, so your gaze is up. And sit in that little chair that's not there. Breathing and holding here for 5. You can do it. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Anjaneyasana for the challenge. Picking up this left foot. Big step forward with that left foot. You can also take some small steps to get there. I like to throw some fun challenges in there every now and then. If you're wobbling here, again, don't be afraid to come out of the posture and set up your strong base. See how you can see that space in between my feet? If your feet are like this, see, already it's harder for me to keep my balance here. Just widen that stance. Create that strong base. Arms go up for 1 breath here. Taking a bind, hands come to your lower back. If you can only just maybe grab your wrist, yes. If your hands are resting at your lower back, yes. Taking that gaze up if you can for 3, 2, 1 more. Extended side angle, dropping this right heel down. That's going to feel good right off the bat. Left elbow to left knee. Right arm reaches up and over towards the front of your mat. Gaze goes up. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1 more. Here comes that warrior 3. Shifting your chest towards the mat. Arms come out to airplane wings. Setting it up here. If you want the challenge, big step up. If you just want to take some little steps, yes. And slowly start to shift your weight forward. Taking the weight off of this right leg or standing on the left. Again, knowing that you're building strength and resilience here for this next season. Chaos follows intention. You're going to run into roadblocks. You're going to run into people who want to change your mind. And just like in this posture, push through it. Allow yourself to be strong for 3, 2, 1 more. Gently letting the right foot meet the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, hands come to heart center, Ujjayi Mudra. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. Exhale, dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back, walk it out. Wherever you are on the mat, come down to your knees if you'd like. This is our last vinyasa of today's class. Inhale, shoulders out past the wrists. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pedaling it out. One last time. Creating some length. Coming into what we call our peak sequence. So all of these postures today have been preparing you. If you'd like to come down to your knees for a little break, absolutely. See if you can stay in your breath here. Maybe your hands can come to rest in your lap. Take a gentle breath in. Gentle breath out. These peak postures allow us to prepare ourselves. All of the other postures that we've done today have prepped us, have helped make us strong and resilient to do the dang thing. To put our bodies in a little bit of a tougher posture than we're used to. Sometimes it's a balancing posture, sometimes it's a binding posture, but everything is there for a reason. Just like you and your purpose, everything that has happened to you in your life is for a reason. It has built you into the person that you are today. Just like your previous season of life was prepping you for who you need to be tomorrow, for who you need to be in this next season of life. All of this month, we've done the preparation. We've pruned, we've prepped, we've planted the seeds, and now it's time for you to emerge in this next season of life. Whether that be in your personal life or your professional life, in your business or at home, whatever that looks like for you. And while you're holding that close, let's get into our peak posture. When you're feeling ready, walking your hands forward, meeting in downward facing dog, coming into a warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1, bending into this right leg, right foot steps forward, left heel comes down to the mat. Inhale, arms reach up, sweep up. And this is kind of like that Ujjayi, that high crescent lunge, except for you'll notice that this left heel, if you can kind of see, it's on the mat. So instead of having everything lifted, this left heel is down, and our hips are as square to the front of the mat as we can get them. Once you're here, gaze goes up. There's a slight bend, almost a 90-degree bend in this right leg. Shoulders out of the ears. For 3, 2, 1 more. Humbling our warrior. We've been here before. Just a different variation. Hands coming behind your lower back. Seeing if you can get the bind. Once you're here, dipping this right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. And once you're down here, I want you to relax. Softening into your face, your jaw, your shoulders, letting everything feel heavy here. For 3, 2, 1 more. Coming into our peak posture, bound warrior 3. Inhale, shifting your chest just a little bit. It's warrior 3 with our hands bound behind our back. Stepping up with this left foot. We're going to be balancing on the right. So right here, you can see this left foot's kind of kickstanded behind. Shift your weight forward. And notice that now I'm just barely on this toe. And then just start seeing if you can lift this left foot. If you feel good right here, you can stay. If you want a little bit more, sink your chest down a little bit. Really press this left foot out behind. If you need to bring it back down like I just did, yes. If you're wobbling on this right, that means it's working. You're working. Breathe for 3, 2, 1 more. Gomukhasana. Gently letting go of the bind. Dropping this left knee down to the mat. And sitting this right foot on the top. Crossing these legs over. This is going to feel great on the outside of this right leg. See if you can grab your hands on either side of you, reaching for your feet. If you're happy upright, and this posture might be new for you, and your hips are yelling at you, maybe there's a lot of space. Wherever you are, just soften. Maybe you want to take a forward fold. I know for me, the outsides of my hips are always a bit tight. So I get plenty from this posture seated. Allow the images of who you need to be in this next season come forward. See yourself stepping over the line from who you were into who you need to be. Although these postures challenge our strength and our balance, our mind, our bodies, you have stuck with it. Allow yourself to show up for you in this next season of life. Gently rolling up and over these knees, unraveling those legs. Maybe just getting some side to sides here with those hips. Feeling it out. My hip just popped. I'm telling you, I'm a horse girl. My knees and my hips, man. They need a lot of love. When you're feeling ready, pressing to downward facing dog. We've got that on the other side, and then you will be on your way, friend. Starting in that warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1, bending into this left leg this time. Left foot steps forward, right heel comes down, coming up on to those feet, making any adjustments that you need to. Then arms reach up, sweep up. Notice how that right heel is down, and that foot can be at whatever angle you need it to be. Again, there's a nice bend in this left leg. Hips are square, chest is square to the front of the mat. Breathing here for 3, 2, 1 more. Humbling our warrior, bringing our hands behind our lower back. Reaching for those hands. Once you've got those hands, remember you can always use a towel here. Gently dropping this left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. And once you're here, soften. Soften your face. Let your head hang heavy. Your legs are doing the work here. For 3, 2, 1 more. Our peak posture, bound warrior 3. Baddha Virabhadrasana 3 is the Sanskrit for that. Inhale, chest comes over your thigh, kind of facing the mat. And start to bring this right foot up. Again, adjust where you need to on the mat. I want to make sure you guys can see me here. Hands stay bound. Shifting your weight forward so that the toe comes just barely touching on this right side. And if you're good here, stay. If you're ready for a little bit more, hinging forward. And bring that right foot out behind you. What's nice about these classes is that I'm not going to leave you high and dry. You have been prepped for the bind. You've been prepped for the balance, the strength, the mental part that needs to happen here for you to stay strong. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more. Gomukhasana, letting go of the bind. Dropping this right foot down. Coming down to your seat. Left foot comes over the right. Soften here. Hands can come to your feet, down to your side. You can take a forward fold. Tune in here. What do you need? What do you need to support you in this next season? Where can you soften? Where are you holding on to tension? Breathing for 3, 2, 1 more. Gently, carefully unraveling those legs. Making sure that you've got plenty of room behind you. We are coming down to our backs and kind of ending where we started. So inhale, reach forward. Exhale, coming down to your back. Coming into that half spine twist. Letting this left leg go long. Inhale, right leg comes 90 degrees. Exhale, let it fall over to the left. Again, this right arm can reach out. Softening. Noticing how this feels different than when we started. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Inhale, coming back through center. Letting that right leg go long. Inhale, left leg comes up. And exhale, let it fall over to the right. Again, noticing where you have a little more room to breathe. What feels a little softer in your body. 3 breaths here. One more breath. Inhale, coming back through center. Our last posture for today is a bound bridge pose. And we have done this posture in a previous class this month, so you should be familiar with it if you've done this with me before. Gently bringing your heels close to your seat, hands at your side. Inhale, take a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, squeeze the seat, lift those hips high. The chest is going to come towards the chin. And then see if you can grab these hands together under the back. And then you're going to kind of shift to one side, bring the shoulder under, and then shift to the other and bring the other shoulder under. So it just kind of helps you feel a little bit more strong here. Bringing those shoulders under you. 3 big breaths here. Back bends are always a great way to close out our practice. They leave you open to possibilities and opportunities. And just lets all of the work that we did today solidify. Last breath here. Gently lowering your seat down. Letting your legs go long here. Arms can come out to the side. Find a place where you can start to settle in. Maybe just taking 1 to 2 minutes for yourself in Shavasana. You feel free to stay right where you are. I'm going to come up to my seat to close us out. Allowing yourself to feel where you are in your body. Noticing where you feel softer. Noticing where you've created space. And noticing that you are the version that you need to be to emerge into this next season of life. Everything is right there waiting for you. You are exactly where you need to be. And you are exactly who you need to be to enter this next season. Feel free to stay here as long as you need to. The divine light in me sees, honors, respects, but most importantly loves the divine light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Again, you can gently stay where you are, enjoying the peace and quiet for yourself. If you are a creative woman entrepreneur and this practice really spoke to you about where you are in business, feel free to grab the extra resources that go with the theme this month on my website. The link for that is in the comments and the description below. And make sure to join me for what comes next. Each month is a new theme, new classes drop every week, and I really, really hope that you'll join me. So until next time, bye, friends.